And for Friday, a few showers will clear to fine weather later. Southwesterlies develop with tomorrow morning. Next high tide at Onehunga, 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. In downtown Auckland, it's 16 degrees.
Hear it from the biggest names in sport on your home of sport. Sports Talk with DJ Gardner Holmes, New Zealand's most trusted home builder. News Talk ZB.
Good evening. Welcome into Sports Talk on News Talk ZB. First things first, certainly hope you're safe, warm and dry as Cyclone Gabrielle continues to impact northern parts of the country in particular. The impacts are only just being felt. Worse weather is expected this evening and into tomorrow. So we will, of course, across tonight and throughout the night keep you right up to date with everything you need to know. Marcus is on from 8 until midnight, and then Roman from midnight through until 5 a.m. Those two will look after you. Two of the calmest voices on our radio station. Before Marcus takes over at 8, we'll talk some sport with you over the next hour or so. As always, in challenging times, we'll try to provide you with some light distraction because we're well aware, really, Andy and I, that that's what sport really is. It's not real life. Not really. It's fun to talk about, though, and to take your mind off other things. I'm Jason Pine, producer Andy McDonald here as well. Today is Monday, February 13, Valentine's Day Eve. Happy 26th birthday to 23 Test, 15 try All Blacks winger Feburary.
Intercepted by the All Blacks, away, and Feburary, over the 50, over the 10, over the 20, Febu says good night from 90 away.
It's also Super Bowl Sunday, still just in the US. The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champions after beating the Philadelphia Eagles 38-35 in Phoenix, Arizona.
Now a second, Hurts will launch it. And it falls harmlessly away, incomplete. And the Kansas City Chiefs celebrate on the field.
We're going to cover off Super Bowl 57 for you tonight with the package Andy has put together, capturing all of the big moments and reaction to the win by the Kansas City Chiefs. Also, though, I want to talk some cricket with you tonight. The first test in this highly anticipated two-test series between New Zealand and England is scheduled for Bay Oval from Thursday, day-night pink ball test. The forecast, it won't surprise you to learn, unfortunately isn't that great. For Thursday, fine, but then rain developing later in the day, which is when the test is supposed to start, 2 o'clock, nor'westerlies. Friday, rain, turning to showers, light winds. Saturday's okay, fine with northerlies, that should be okay. Showers, though, on Sunday with light winds. So, yeah, you'd have to think it will be rain affected in some fashion. But I would like to get a gauge from you on who you would pick from the 14-man squad for this test match. We're going to chat shortly to Andrew Alderson on this and then open up the lines to get your views. Also tonight, before we knock it on the head, we'll chat with Football Ferns coach Jitka Klimkova ahead of her side's matches against Portugal on Friday and Argentina next Monday and again next Thursday. Lines are open across the show as per usual. The phone number hasn't changed. 0800 80 1080 gets you through. The text line is 9292 and email to me, Jason at newstalkzb.co.nz. Just gone 7:09.
The right call is your call on 0800 80 1080 Sports Talk on your home of sport. News Talk ZB.
So cricket first up. First test starts on Thursday. I'd like you to tonight name me your Black Caps 11 for the first test. For me, there are a couple of spots probably, just a couple up for grabs. The only one in the 14-man squad who I can't see being selected is Blair Tickner, who hasn't played test cricket and won't be picked ahead of the other seam bowling options. So let's look at who definitely will be there. Well, Tom Latham and Devon Conway will open the batting, I'd imagine, unless they decide to drop Conway down to number 4. Kane Williamson at 3. Say Daryl Mitchell at 5, Tom Blundell at 6, Michael Bracewell seems to have secured the number 7 and spinning all-rounder spot. And then Southey, Henry and Wagner will be there. So that's 9 of the 11. That leaves the number 4 spot. If we assume Devon Conway opens, that's a choice between Henry Nicholls and Will Young. And then the number 8 spot, Kyle Jamieson or Ish Sodhi. Let's bring in cricket commentator and New Zealand Herald cricket writer Andrew Alderson. Alders, thanks for taking the time tonight. Devon Conway, let's start with him. He started his Test career as an opener. He batted at number 3 last summer when Kane Williamson was injured. Then he dropped down to number 4 against England over there last year, and then went back up to the top of the order and opened against Pakistan in those 2 tests in Karachi over Christmas New Year. So let's start with Devon Conway. Where do you think he should bat for New Zealand in test matches?
Well, my view is he should open. And I think he should open with Latham. I know they've been reluctant to do that because they're both left-handers, but I just think technically Conway is superior over a number of others. And if anything else, I'd just like to have those 2 technical batsmen, Latham and Conway, at the top of the order, regardless of whether they're left or right-handed. I think it's just a wise and prudent course of action, especially against what will be a fairly lethal English bowling attack, one would suspect, in the conditions both at South and even more so perhaps at the bases.
Is that the reluctance or the reason behind the reluctance that both Conway and Latham are left-handers? Is that what lies at the root of any reluctance to open with that pair?
Well, it has been mentioned, yeah, and I think that it's just that I feel that it just comes back to that technical element, really, and you look at what Conway's achieved tonight. He scored 200 on debut at Lords in that role, and I think we've seen where he is, or how effective he can be, and it's against an attack that will probably have some similarities. So I would put him at the top there for these test matches at home.
All right, I agree, and so we can lock those 2 in with Williamson at 3. Then we get to number 4. How much pressure do you perceive Henry Nicholls to be under for his place in the light of Will Young also being in this 14?
Look, I think he is under pressure, but I suspect he'll probably see out the series, or at least be given the series as an opportunity to re-establish himself in form. And he has had excellent form at home in the past, and his record does speak for itself on occasion, although in recent times that has somewhat. And this is where I think, I know they opened with Will Young in recent times at the top of the order as that right-hander, but I really think his place is at number 4. And in all that's where he played a lot of his early cricket, the Central Districts, etc. So he probably, if Henry Nicholls can't, he's put together a substantial number of runs in this series, and at least contribute in a way that is profitable for New Zealand, then Will Young may deserve a chance in that role rather than subjected to the ball.
All right, 5, 6, 7. Mitchell, Blundell, Bracewell. Any argument there?
No, I think it's fairly solid for the time being. And, what a career turnaround to Michael Bracewell. He's pretty much in the, well, I wouldn't say provincial backward, but he could have been deemed just a provincial only player throughout his career. But he's managed to make him that top level, and an experienced player now as well, and potentially getting that opportunity in 20 Canberra for that as well.
Yep, spinning all rounder there. Then we get down to 8, 9, 10, 11, and we've heard from Gary Stead today that Kyle Jamieson is being assessed as to his readiness to play in this test. Let's just say hypothetically, Alders, that Kyle Jamieson can't play. Would you play Blair Tickner on debut as part of a 4-pronged seam attack with Wagner, Southey and Henry, or would you be tempted to play Ish Sodhi instead?
Oh, it's a big question. I mean, I think that for starters, you have Southey, Henry and Wagner.